No show in the entire country, bar none, has better cooking expertise than we do. I mean, Chef Tell is a regular on this show, appearing weekly. Put our kitchen together, as a matter of fact. We have Charles Knight, who's appeared here a couple of times, who is nationally known, appears on TV all over the country, creator of Healthcraft Cookware, and has the expertise to go along to use it. And, of course, our very own regular on Harris & Company, one of the biggest award-winning chefs you'll find anywhere in the country. I mean, biggest award-winning chefs. I don't mean biggest award. I think I blew that. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Charles Knight and Laura York. Yes. Take it away.
By that. Well, we had some exciting things to do here this morning, and I'm really thrilled because you have come up with an easy way to make eggplant Parmesan, which is one of my all-time favorite dishes.
This one is real easy because it only takes about 30 minutes. There's only about 10 minutes of preparation time.
And it doesn't have as much fat, and we're going to talk about cutting some of the fat down on the whole recipe in just a moment. But let's get started. What should we do?
You slice the eggplant, and I'll cut the cheese. How's that sound?
Now, how thick do you want to slice this eggplant? Okay.
Can't say that on TV,
do that.
can we? Yeah, make sure it's nice and thin there.
I got fat
Right, did you know there's a male eggplant, a female eggplant? Did you know? This is true. This is not a joke.
I do know that.
Did you know that?
Yes, because of the seeds?
Yes. How about that? I've met somebody. You know how you can tell the difference?
Well, the female will, of course, be more attractive.
Yeah, but not necessarily.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right. There's a way. There's only one way.
I know. The male's cheaper.
The male's cheaper. That's right.
Okay.
Ooh, this is getting nasty
Well,
here.
what can I tell you? After Harrison his fat jokes, you tell me.
Okay. What you do is you look at the back right here, and the female goes in, and the male goes out.
Makes sense to me.
Real simple, right?
Okay.
That's why.
I mean, why?
That's why they keep them apart in a grocery store.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're just going to slice a bunch of these.
We're going to slice a bunch down. This is a real easy recipe. Of course, you can do the same thing with lasagna if you like. The only difference, you use noodles and meat. In this case, we're using a low-fat...
May pay disability. Barkin and Neff, 258-8821 or 1-800-284-LAWS.
There's an ingredient in Effordent you may not expect.
Every Sunday, whether we need it or not. So this is left over.
Okay,
right?
so I'm going to put about half of that in there.
Yeah, we're just going to put a little bit down the bottom. Yep. And on top of that, you're going to put the eggplant.
I can do
and
that.
just spread it all around so it covers the bottom completely.
You know, before when I've made this, you always have to bread this, and then you saute it and fry it. That's what the ladies are saying out there, and it does take a lot of time, and it adds more fat to it.
And a lot of times what it does, when you fry it, it takes a lot of the moisture out.
It does.
And then you got a problem. It comes real thin. Now we're just going to put some cheese on top of that.
Okay, now again, what kind of cheeses have you done here?
That's a mozzarella and a sharp cheddar. But, you know, you can use just about whatever you want. The reason they call this Joe Fatala eggplant Parmesan is because no respectable Italian would cook it this way. But
well, I know a couple of respectable Italians that would eat it with a
But, you know, the nice thing about it, it's very quick. You can get in and out of the kitchen in a hurry. And that's what people want today, is they want these recipes that can get you in and out in a hurry.
It's all on the stovetop.
Yeah, we're going to cook this on top of the stove. Now, naturally, we cook this in Healthcraft Cookware, but what you need is you need a heavy aluminum-type cookware to make sure that this works. You don't want to cook this in a thin stainless steel.
Are you guys getting hungry out there? I am starving.
Okay,
this looks so good.
We're going to put more of the eggplant.
Eggplant next, or a little more?
Eggplant.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we want to keep it together.
All right.
So we put the sauce in there, get a little bit watery. This is a pretty neat recipe, though, isn't it?
It is. I love it because it's just
now,
so quick.
If you're going to cook eggplant Parmesan, naturally we're doing the recipe now, but let's say you want to cook baked lasagna. The only thing you'd add to this is you'd add the egg noodles, and what you have to do is parboil them. And more cheese.
More cheese.
Right? You parboil the noodles, and maybe use a little bit of ground beef. You know, of course, it has to be cooked. But it basically is the same recipe. So you can do either one. Matter of fact, last night we made both.
Now what are we going to do next?
Okay, now we're going to put a little bit more of the regat. Okay. We're going to put the eggplant, and then we're going to top it off with
when it always gets put together, who comes around?
Well, no, I was going to say while y'all parboil your cheese or whatever it is.
You got another fat joke?
No, that came out all wrong. I practiced that and everything.
You got that right.
I'm going to get Ben, our announcer, because he has first dibs on chowing down on this. We're going to go get him right now.
And we have the recipe. This is where you can write for this wonderful recipe,
Come on,
which
Ben.
probably you've already figured out by now. It's pretty easy. Eggplant Parmesan recipe, Post Office Box 888, Tampa, Florida 33601. Be sure and include that self-addressed stamped envelope and send a long legal size, please. It makes our work a lot easier. And I hope you don't have an ugly stamp like that one that was on our letter there. Oh, where did they get that? It's a
I'll
scary
never
thing.
live that one down.
Here you go.
We've
we've got some eggplant cooking right
Look
here.
at this. If you'll hand me your
Right, look at
plate,
that.
we'll
Oh, wow.
serve you up. How about that?
I'm going to bring this over underneath the
Just like
overhead
a
camera
fireman,
so
huh?
they can see that. Can you see that?
Well,
Isn't that
that's-
something? Right?
That's great.
And
And with your special cookware, that's really great because
Yeah,
you were able to
makes it a
keep
lot
all that
easier.
moisture in there. Okay, now let's
This
see
is
if
gonna
the
be
girl
hot.
can.
You're going to burn your lips off, Ben, because you have to try it before we go to a break.
The audience is going wild. I do wish everyone could smell this. It is wonderful.
You know what I
can't
would...
smell it.
I hate to be like a fussy eater, but I'd eat right around the old eggplant.
Why did I know that? I remember feeding you carrots at the state fair.
Oh.
And when he found out they were carrots, I thought he was going to
Those were never meant to be eaten.
Hey, Jack, normally you serve this with wine, but since we're at Busch Gardens, I got something down there for him.
Okay, I know what it is. Yes, indeed. We'll keep it down here for you, Ben. Send a bottle. Okay. You want to give it a try, or is it too
It's going
hot?
to be very hot, but boy,
Yeah,
it is
we'll
super
find out
good.
from Ben here in just a couple of minutes.
But be sure and send in for the recipe, because that's too easy. You probably don't need the recipe. We've just about told you everything to do here.
it's pretty
a
simple.
quickie.
Piece of cake. Hey, thanks a million, Charles.
Thank
Delicious.
you. I'm
You
gonna
like
go
it?
home and
You like
cook.
it? Very good. Charles, thanks a million. And Laura, superb as always. Back in just a jiffy, and we're going to be checking with Linda Burdick, the zoologist from Busch Gardens. Take a look at one of these cockatoos on Harrison Company.